card or payment method. So if you're doing a group order, you'll have to put it on your credit card, or if it's for someone else, use their credit card. But typically I have people pay me for theirs and I put it all on mine for group orders. And also you can only send or ship that group order to one address. So remember, one address, one credit card, how you work out your group order. And then also, well, that's basically it for that part right there. So then you go to your group order page, your password and everything. And this is where you enter a sales registration up here. I use the sales registration button, and then I go register. I don't usually use this one up here unless I'm putting something on my own point, my own member ID here. But really, I just go straight to the second register button because that keeps them all on the same page. And then also pay close attention to the available sales dates, because if you're looking at today's points, but you know someone has already placed an order that is not going to show up until tomorrow, you can select tomorrow's date. So, you know, this would be October 25th through October 27th. There's a 3-day spread that you can choose that effective date for your order. And remember, select Saturday or Monday if you're ordering on a Sunday, because none of our points orders count on Sundays. So you're going to put in that original customer's order their member ID, and then you're going to put in their items, and you click on add if they need more than 2 items. And then if you get to 5, you go add member up here, and you can add that same person if they had more than 5 items, or you can add your next customer right there. And then the next screen is where you're going to put in those item numbers, your product codes and quantities. And that's how you do each person's order. And it's going to go down up to 7 customers that you can add, up to 7 members. It tells it right on our page there. And so then also something you might run into is if an item is sold out and you try to put that code in there, it'll say item sold out, but that doesn't mean it's sold out in your warehouse. So if an item is sold out, then you have to click on the search button manually. And that is how you can scroll down and see which warehouses it's not sold out in. If your warehouse is not sold out, you can still add this manually from the search tool, and you just can't put the code in. But if you add it manually, then you can do it. So check the box for the selected items. That's what the screen looks like when you go in there. And then shipping for orders under $99 are free, of course. So then you'll have your payment information. You're going to enter your ship to. Usually it's enter a new recipient. If you like it's for other people, you're going to enter a new recipient and put your name here for the shipping information if you're sending that group order to yourself to deliver. And then of course you're going to enter your payment information, select your credit card company, fill in the blanks, your security code. Atomy does not save this information, but your computer might. My computer autofills that because I've elected for Google to do that. So if your customers ask you, Atomy does not save their credit card information if your computer doesn't. So some people like that. It's not convenient, but I like it because that tells me that Atomy is protecting your credit card information, so someone else can't come in and just do your credit card for anything. I always print an order of my group order. I just do a control print screen, and I save that as a PDF file, so I have a record of all the group orders I've ever done, and that way I know exactly what was ordered. I use the naming convention of the date and the names of the customers that I have on the group order. That way I can refer easily back to my own receipts on that. And that's optional. That's up to you. You can use your Atomy website history page, but when you're doing group orders, it's a little harder to find individual orders because they're all on one. That's just a useful tip that I like to do. So when and why we have, if Sunny's on here, we're able to cancel orders. We don't recommend canceling orders unless it's absolutely necessary, but the reasons we would cancel an order is because we order the wrong item or the wrong quantity of items. If we place an item under the wrong customer, we don't like to say we place it on the wrong date, because that is basically controlling what triggers our commission. So you don't want to call Atomy up and say, hey, I put it on the wrong date and I don't want to get paid on the date. I always will say, I have the wrong item, I have a wrong quantity. But anyway, you send an email to Atomy in order to cancel an order if you ever have to. Like if it's crazy and someone's going to lose a commission because you messed up their order, you can email usa@atomy.kr. I think that might be a new email address now, but it's on your webpage. But you email Atomy with the reason for canceling the order. Please don't say it's to maximize commission. The member ID of the original order ID, the sales date of the order, the total amount of the charged on your card, and the order number found under My Atomy, My Purchase Record, purchase number, and the last 4 numbers of your credit card used to place the order. If you send all this to Atomy, they're very good. Customer service is wonderful. They usually process that right away, but don't assume that they got to your email. So I always like to send the email first, and then I'll call Atomy to ensure successful cancellation. They're very good as long as you have all of this information that you have for them to search for your order and cancel that for you. So that is basically that. So I'm going to stop sharing these slides. Well, before I go to the actual website, do you have any questions so far? I think everyone on here is pretty experienced with the group order process. So I'm going to stop sharing this screen right now, and then I'm going to pull up our Atomy page. Because the other thing that Sunny wanted me to make sure I remind you is that, you can check on today's date on your general commission, but you run the risk of extra points being on there that you don't realize. So you want to be able to, let's see, I'm going to find my website real quick and share that screen with you. Where is it? Atomy webpage. Okay. Logging in. And I'm going to share that screen again for you. Basic screen to share. So now we're on the Atomy web page. Is everyone seeing that share now on the Atomy web page? Am I on there sharing it?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So everything you're going to do with your group orders, to check your PV, you go to My Office. And if you have a piece of paper and need to write this down, I also have some checklists I can send. But you go to My Office. General commission record is going to show you a snapshot of today. So you'll see left and right forward it is 0, which means there's a commission as of today or yesterday. So if I go into yesterday, yeah, so, and you can do a 1-week snapshot as well. So because there was a commission as of today, that's why you have 0 on my left and right side. So the other thing you want to check is your group purchase record. So if you look at this one and then look at tomorrow's date, the 24th, it's already defaulting to that. So there's no points as of tomorrow on here, but that's how you would check to make sure that there's not an order that's been placed that is going to show up in your PV for tomorrow that's not reflected today. So yeah, and that's going to show you your left and right side. Now, if I go back 1 month on this group PV search, it'll show you how much PV you have accumulated on your left side, 10,323,000 on the left side and 1.6 million on the right side. And it's going to show you all the way down through these pages that left and who made the purchase. So you can kind of see who has been placing points where all the way through to this one. So does that make sense, y'all? What I'm saying is to make sure you know how many PV you have as of tomorrow's date, if you're wanting to place a group order that's going to count tomorrow. Okay. So that's pretty straightforward. And like I said, we've got some experienced folks on the call today. And I know Sherry's working, but if she has any questions at all, she can call me up and email me anytime, rebecca.gable@gmail.com. I'm going to put that in the chat area. Where am I? Chat. Okay. Gotcha. So I'm putting my email address in here for anyone who doesn't already have it, rebecca.gmail@gmail.com. And I can also upload some files on the GroupMe. I have some little checklists that I use in here. Where's my how-to? So Atomy, I don't know how you organize your files, but I like to have a how-to folder. So anything I've ever learned how to do, I kind of have a checklist for. So group order strategies. This is a good little checklist that you can go back through here to do your group order. Check you and your partner's PV, organize your group order, place your group order. So this is a good little checklist that has you how to check your PVs first, organize your order, and then place your order. So I'm going to actually drag and drop this file into the chat area. So if you're able to snag this, you should be able to open that Word document in the chat and save it to your computer. And then there's, let me see if I have some other ones. Daily checklist for how to maximize commissions. Logging in, check your office, general commission record. I think that pretty much is covered in the one I already just showed you. What else? Group order, how to place group order. Okay, how to place group order. This is another generic checklist, just how to order them, how to maximize your commissions. You know, something sneaky, if you are getting points now, if you find that one of your legs, left or right, is over 700,000 PV very quickly, you might actually want to count your PV towards 700,000. You might be closer than you think to $120 commission instead of a $60 commission. So you can calculate to 700,000 PV, and if you're close, you can actually do 120 instead of 60. So does that make sense?
Rebecca. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me do this right.
Oh, you're fine.
Okay. Listen, that was a great point, because I was thinking about, say, people that are not like sales master, diamond master, but they've accumulated 700,000 PV already. Can they get that commission if they have that amount on their right and left?
So as long as you have personal PV of 700,000 PV, even if you're not a sales master or anything, if you have over 700,000 PV on one side and you have like 600, you know, well, if you get 300,000, you're going to get paid on the lower amount. But if you happen to, well, you just have to know that you're going to place another 300,000 PV, and that would get you up to 700,000 PV. For example, if you have 300,000 PV in group orders from your customers and you look and you're in striking distance of 700,000 PV, you can pick up an extra box of laundry detergent or Hemohim or whatever if you're that close. And for that extra, you know, whatever, then you can have $120 commission. You can get that 700,000 level commission.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I just wanted to bring clarity to that. That's all. Thank you.
Yeah. What else? So if you are working with partners I always only do it for people I have permission from them, but I have their login ID and password. So all of my partners, before I place a group order, I check the PV for all of my partners. And I'll write down their names and what they need on their left and what they need on their right. And then I can strategically place that group order where 2 or 3 of us might get a commission. And then that's encouraging when I contact my partners and say, hey, Anna Cleta, you've got a commission today, or hey, Anna, all you need is 10,000 PV and you get your next commission. Or say, oh, get me a box of, spirulina, so that is a good way to do your group orders. Like if you see, wow, you're so close to this, is there anything you need? And that spurs them also to help be aware of how easy it is to watch for and get a commission as well. So, and if you're doing that, just, keep in mind you have to log out and log in as each member so that you can write down their PV left and right. I use an Excel spreadsheet. I punch in how much PV they have, and it automatically calculates how much PV they still need. So it's just what your comfort level is. If you like Excel, I like it to do my math for me, or you can literally use a calculator and subtract, PV from 300,000, or if they're super close to 700,000, keep an eye on that as well. Because as you're growing consumers, you'll be surprised how sneaky you are getting up to that 700,000 PV level. And if you can get 120 instead of 60, then absolutely. So, any other questions about the group order and the strategy? Just using that group order history so that you can see PV that's counting towards the next day that's not reflected on today's. Awesome. Uh-huh. Absolutely. Because if you have random customers that order whenever and there's no synergy, it can take 2, 3, 4 months to get a commission. But if you're more proactive and saying on the 1st and the 15th of every month, I'm doing a group order, because you have like Money Sam said, 80% of your PV is going to come from consumers that are not interested in the business. So this group order tool, okay, what is amazing about the group order, Atomy is the only company I've ever seen that lets you game the system. I mean, let's just call it like that. Or as an amazing tool to control what day your PV goes in. So if someone puts in 600,000 PV and someone else puts in 300,000 PV, you've wasted 300,000 PV, right? Because you get paid on the 300,000 level. But if you were proactively making sure that you had 700,000, to match on the larger leg, then you're not leaving money on the table. So the group order tool, it allows you to decide where to put your points. Like if you are at a point where you have reached 1.5 million PV or whatever, all you need to do is put one thing on yourself, because you get paid on other people's PV. So that's why a group order is where you put your points anywhere on your left or right side that you need it for that commission. So that tells you exactly where to strategically put your points and maximize your commissions. Oh, it's just all of us are experiencing. You and Sherry are our newest ones, so the floor is yours. No silly questions. Absolutely. So if you can see my screen right now, so these are my partners that I monitor. So I have this little calculator and I punch in, so I log in as myself and I go, I've got 1.1 million PV on my left and 180,000 on my right. So that means I only need 115,000 PV to get a commission today. So I don't want to waste that PV. I'm going to put today's date or tomorrow's date on that. Let's say I have 300,000 PV that I need to order. On the group order form, you have the ability to select today's date on the first customer ID. And then for the next customer ID, you can select the next date. So I will get a commission when I get 115,000 points in there. And then the rest of that 300,000 PV will count towards the next date and will count towards my next commission. That way you're not wasting 300,000 PV or 45,000 PV. And does that make sense? Am I confusing you with that? So I have myself, my Esmeralda, Missy Mitchell, Anacleta. So I log in as each of these people and I see how much points they need for them to get a commission. And let's say Anacleta only needs so Anacleta needs 121,000 PV. I have a 300,000 PV order. I'm going to put 115,000 on mine today, and the rest of my order I'm going to put under her tomorrow. But I'm going to use a customer that's at the bottom of my left leg and the bottom of her right leg, because that PV is going to benefit all of us. Does that make sense? Yeah, so it's like a game. So if today's date you have this amount of PV and you have more than what you need today, you do a group order with today's date to get you to that commission. And then any other points after that, you change to the next day. And that saves those points instead of wasting them to carry them forward to your next commission. And I do the same thing with my partners. So if Missy only needs, 10,000 PV and Anacleta needs 25,000 PV, I'm going to put that on them first. And then I'm going to put the rest of my PV after that. That way they get a commission and I get a commission. And the nice thing is if you're communicating that to your partners, like, hey, I'm doing a group order tomorrow, do you need anything? And then they can check their own PV and they know what they need. Or if it's like Anacleta, who's not really actively following, I always just do that for her because it's an encouragement to her. And that's the same with your new partners. If you're following them without their password ID, you can see left and right how much PV they have. So you'll know if there's 300,000 on both sides, if they got a commission. But that's how we encourage our customers. First of all, as consumers, not pressuring, but once they say they're interested in earning a commission, then this is what I use to track everybody's PV, and this is my group order form calculator. So this tells me how much PV I need in a group order, and then I have my group order form. Let's see, group order form.
Rebecca, is all this on Excel? You got all this on Excel?
Yes, these are on my Excel spreadsheets. So where is my group order? Atomy. Oh, it's under orders. That's why I have it in a different folder. So I have my Atomy orders spreadsheet. And this helps me calculate it. This should be pulling up for you. Okay. So what I do here, this is just a shell. So I'll put, like, if I'm trying to match a thing for Anacleta, sorry, I'll put a point right, I'll put Anacleta here, and I'll put Rebecca here, and I might put, that's an ATG malt order separately. But what happens is when you put in these orders, it automatically calculates how many PV they have. And I'll put the date, like if I'm doing an order today, 8/23/22, that's going to show me what points I have on this group order for today, right? And then I go, okay, well, she needed 10,000, so I'm going to put 10,000 under, like I needed 10,000. So I'll put 10,000 PV here. So that breaks it down by date for me. So I know that this person got all they needed on the right date to get a commission. Then the next day I'm going to put in whatever I needed for my commission, or Esmeralda. You know, I can put as many people down here as I want to that I'm doing group orders for. But this allows you to kind of calculate the date and how many points are going on there. And I always put down here Rebecca under Paisley, or it's probably better to show you previous orders. So on this particular time, Anacleta needed 47,900 PV on her left. And so I put 52,100 under her. So she got a commission on the 8th of March. Then on the 8th of March, I put points under another individual. I had 125,000 to go under him. I needed 192,000 on my right. But if you add these points together, that's kind of how I know I got a commission. So, but that's an Excel spreadsheet that I just created where I can keep track of what date I want to put the points on for each person till they get their points. And you can do it with a piece of paper too in a calculator, just whatever works best for you. And I have a template for this. Let me close this out. I have a group order template that I send people if you would like for me to drag this into the chat area for you, if you're interested.
Please do.
Absolutely. So this is just like a fill in the blank, name of partner or group order, Rebecca under whoever I want that points to go under, because that helps me before I open the group order website. I have their member IDs ready on here, and I have the product code number here, and I already know what the PV is. So it takes a little minute to put these points in, but it calculates all of that for you. So, and I make sure I change the date here, because you don't want to forget to change the date on the group order website, because changing that date is what's going to carry the points forward that are extra towards your next commission. So I will close this one out and drag it into the points area. And then also under the group order calculator, Atomy forms, this is my group order calculator template. Where is it? Group order template, group order calculator template. So this one is a generic one that I have. I'm making sure this is good. And this tells you, like what I was talking about, this spreadsheet calculates how many PV you need to earn a commission. Make sure you put this as a negative sign, and that's going to tell you how many points you need at the bottom for that commission. And I put in my name, my partner's names that I'm calculating for. So then I know who needs how many PV for the group order. So I will drag this one into the chat area as well. So what I've put in there for you this morning is a Word document, kind of a checklist of what we talked about, group order strategies. And then I have the group order template and the group order calculator. So the calculator tells me how many points me and my partners need, and the group order is where I actually prepare that order. So I have it ready to punch in those items when I do the group order on the website. So it's 11:36, y'all. I went a little bit over. Is there any other questions you have for now? Girl, I'm an HR person, and I love training, and I love checklists. Once I learn something, I like a checklist where I can go right back to it and I don't have to think about it again. So before we close out the meeting, if you guys want to download those documents to your computers right now, let me know when you're done, or if you still need to download that. So
Rebecca, you say you put it in the chat?
Yeah, if you look in the chat box on the thing down below, if you click on the three dots that says more and then click on chat, you should see the chat discussion there.
It's not showing on mine. Well, I'm on my phone, but it's not showing. But let me go to
Phone's a
let me
little
go to my
different.
computer.
So Sherry, if you want to type your email address into the chat box for me, I'll make
Okay.
sure I have you in my contacts and I'll email these to you so you can get them, on your computer later or whatever's easiest.
I'll do it right now.
Okay, so if you want to do that, and Gloria, you already downloaded these?
That's what I did.
It says I have posted it in the chat area, and when I click on it, it opens it. Maybe because I'm on my PC.
Rebecca, do you have my email?
I want to say I do.
I think you do. Could you email these to me? I think I'm putting them in my files, but I don't know if they're getting in there in the right place. And I wanted to make sure I can download it to the right place once you email it to me.
All right, let me do this before we sign off. Then I'm going to compose an email right now, and I'm putting Sherry in my recipients. And Chris, if you can go ahead and put your email in there, and Gloria, I'm going to put yours
Michelle.
on this email.
You got a customer.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Sunny.
Rebecca teaches training best back office,
Thank
Some
you.
few people missed Esmeralda partner Carol Patch was going to learn group order. So maybe I might just, Rebecca ask maybe next Tuesday one more time, group order, same thing today. What you
Mhm.
think?
Yeah,
So,
and let your people
yeah.
know if they want to
so
learn.
surely that time I'm gonna record and share because group order is so important to everybody. So
Yes.
I missed the recording. So Esmeralda was very her partner, which your partner Rebecca Carol missed it today.
Oh, Carol,
So
partner,
if you do,
Carol?
if you do next Tuesday again, same thing, I will record and share everybody. Yeah, some few people missed it today. Okay.
Oh, yeah. And I know Carol. I can actually get with her here. She lives close to me, so we'll make sure we
Okay.
get with Carol. But I have Christopher, Gloria, and Sherry's email addresses, and I am gonna courtesy copy Sunny and Keong and send you the checklist that we talked about and the 2 group order templates that are in Excel spreadsheets. And if you just kind of fill in the blanks on the spreadsheet, that'll do the math for you. Make sure you enter the PV as a negative number so it'll subtract it from the total needed and tell you how many PV you need for a commission at the bottom of those. So thank you for your
Should we
time.
get the Excel? Do you think it'd be wise for us to do the Excel, Gloria?
Oh, do you not have Excel? So
No.
no, so you might be able to open it and kind of make your own. I love Excel because it does math for me. I'm not good at math. It's a Microsoft Office 365 subscription. If you have Word, PowerPoint, and Excel, those are the tools we use a lot when we're doing our training. So it's up to you if you think you might want to invest in that, but I think you might be able to open the files, or I might have to send it to you as a PDF file.
I do have PDF. I know I got that, but I
Okay.
know I don't have Excel.
Yeah, so I can send it to you as a PDF format also. It just won't do the math for you, but you'll see kind of how to set up a calculator or a worksheet for yourself that you fill in the blanks each time you do your group order.
Mhm.
That might be a way to do it for you.
What is the cost of Excel? Do you know?
I think we pay, God. Yeah. It might be
Okay.
$100 a year, like $10 a month, 100. But my whole family uses it. My daughter's taking college classes. My husband uses it. I use it for my bills. I use an
Okay.
Excel spreadsheet to track all my bills and stuff like that, where I make sure I don't miss anybody on the first when I pay all the bills. So,
Well, if I do this, just to help me get organized, I think, because I'm all over the place.
oh, I love it. And I have all the everything I've ordered for the last several years on that thing, because you create a new tab at the bottom. So I might have to do just a training on Excel. If you get set up, I can train you on how to use your Excel as well, because It's not very hard once you know how to use it, but then you have all the history of all the group orders you've placed, and you can just copy and paste to your next date and start putting in your shopping list and who's doing the group order. It helps me a lot.
Well, I'm going to invest in it, and I'm sure going to be calling you.
Oh, you sure thing, Sherry. And you know, we do this training from 11 to 11:30 on Tuesdays. But if you need to get together, like in an evening sometime, just let me know when it could be better. Like, is there a certain day of the week that you're not working that will be better for us?
I'm off every Wednesday, so I'm home on Wednesdays.
Awesome. So yeah, we can set up a Wednesday and just do Excel training for you as well.
Okay. I'm going to be calling you soon.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's what we're here for. Well, thank you so much. And Sunny or Kyung, if you want to close us out, but thank you for your time today. And I've got an email drafted to send you guys the 3 documents that I talked about, the Word document for your group order strategy and the group order and calculator.
Count me in. I'm sorry I'm running. I was late, but count me in.
Hey, Coach.
Hey,
Rebecca, one question. Does it say Microsoft Excel?
It's Microsoft Excel. If you do Microsoft 365, that'll give you Word, Excel, PowerPoint. It'll give you all of those.
Okay, it says start a month's trial for $6.99. Okay.
Okay, so Sherry, yeah, if I can find it, I'll email it to you. All right. Are we ready to end for now? Any other questions before we go? Coach Snipes, I'm sorry we missed you, dear. We start at 11 on Tuesdays.
I'm sorry. I have to be at work at 10. I work 10 to 7.
No worries.
So,
no worries.
I get in where I fit in.
Gotcha. Awesome.
Okay, Rebecca, one question I'm on this. It say advanced security. It's different ones up here. Get the premium with Microsoft 365 personal. It's different ones on here. It say 1 TB cloud storage.
1 terabyte.
Advanced security, all power design, write like a pro, do more together.
You want the individual, probably the lowest one.
The lowest one. Okay. All righty. That's what I need to know. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. You're welcome. Coach Snipes, can you, are you able to put your email address in here and I can send you the Word document with the checklist of what we talked about?
I was already on it. I just finished it. It should be the fountains13@gmail.com.
Awesome. The fountain.
Yeah, Coach Snip. Try next Tuesday. We're gonna do the same training next week because you missed it. Okay.
We're gonna repeat this next week. So anyone in here today that has a
so you gotta be here 11, okay? Not 11:35.
Well, I have to be at work at 10, so that's the reason why I can catch you when I can.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you
make sure we're gonna recording for you. Okay.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you all. I'm going to send you guys the attachments that we talked about this morning. Please reply with your name because I'd like to add you to my contacts. That way I'm not mixing up GBN and it's got ITGS where I have your name. Just reply with your name and that way I can add you my contacts and I'll know who I'm sending it to. All right. Thank y'all. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. Great job.
Bye-bye. Great training.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Great training. Thank you, Rebecca.
Thank y'all.
Great job.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Sharon.
great
Thank
job.
you.